Howdy, my name's Yojimbo Blade. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit, just to make this go by a little bit faster. I'll assume you guys have seen the official video already. Season 3 updates Chapter 1 story. The power of Helios Academy will officially make their appearance to everyone. In form of the etheric one, Pyrio. So I am aware that a lot of the original lore for us is like Greek mythology that we're faith in. So I am not surprised that they're leaning into this aspect. I don't know if this is an agent. I don't know if it's like a special thing we'll get in a specific, we'll use in certain cutscene fights or something. I don't know. I'm conflicted on whether or not this is going to be like cool. Like I think it looks cool, but like if this becomes our dominant way of exploring hollows now, is we say Shazam and then we get superpowers. They will be just like any other agent. So, oh, okay, never mind. Take that back. They will be just like any other agent, but will they actually be an agent or will they be us? That's the thing. Oh, that'd be interesting. What if it's like it's the free agent they give you, but they let you reclass it into special other things? That'd be neat if it's like, here's the MC character that you can reclass into certain things later on. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. Yes, we'll finally get to this stuff. This has been like, we have been aware of this stuff since like season 1. Like the start of season 1, we knew about this stuff. It's like, are they ever going to address what this is exactly? It's like, nope, they never got around to it. Now it seems like they actually are. Finally. Okay, so Sunbringer is alive in some way, shape, or form. Somehow. She's hundreds of years old or something? I don't know. Because she's one of the first Void Hunters. I can't remember exactly how what the timeline for this stuff is. Azrael Vanity, help me out! Not simply a visual style, overall atmosphere and vibes. The players traverse the city and our vision should be warm and tranquil place. Okay. Like a random summer afternoon. You and your friends or buddies hang out in the park, relaxing under a tree. It seems like they are trying to focus on a casual setting. And I like that. I think we need more of that. We need more casual coded things to do in this game. That looks weird. Oh, maybe we actually get Driver Boo. There's a Bang Boo they made in the beta and they never released it. Familiar yet fresh vibes. They're like, hey, we realize that a lot of players did not like Wi-Fi Peninsula, so we are bringing it back to the familiar. We're bringing back the nostalgia factor. Like, okay, you could just say that. You could just say, I mean, you can't say that, hey, we know a lot of you didn't like this. They can't say that. But we're thinking it. I never hated Wi-Fi. I just wish the writing and the story was overall better. And I think they'll address it and we'll talk about it then. Oh, there's Billy. What is Billy doing here? I recognize that face anywhere. Let's go. This is just the concept art and they just have Billy staring at these guys on like, are these toilets? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, okay. I'll say stuff later. Hover crabs. Oh, they got they looked at Penacony from Honkai Star Rail and they said, we like what you did. Can we like borrow your assets, please, or something? Cuppa Moment. What? It's a double-decker bus? That's kind of neat. Retro yet technologically savvy. That's cool. Our designs aren't just about static objects. Tell a story that is alive and dynamic. That's a bold claim. We'll see if we'll see how it fleshes out. Is this a reference to the original Bang Boo statue that's on 6th Street? That's right next to Box Galaxy. You know the one I'm talking about. Is it a reference to that statue? It's funny. I mean, they have referenced like the Bang Boo on like a golden toilet. They have referenced this stuff before. Or for some reason the joke is Bang Boo pooping, I guess. Because I think in 1.7 there's something about us bidding on like a golden bangbu on a toilet. Can we find trace example if you're observant, you might as well realize that. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about.
我们认为他们的灵感可能就是来自于罗斯凯利法上的这样的充电座。
Okay, this is their way of saying like, oh, see, we totally had this plan from the beginning. No, you didn't. You made this up. Like, oh, we can have an excuse. I mean, I do appreciate that they're like, hey, we already like made a lot of these toilet assets with Bangbu for some reason. Why don't we just like use that as like the setting for this Bangbu city? Like, okay, cool. That's nice.
与新爱丽都融为一体，凭借这种独特的叙事设计，让他在绝区营的世界观下生长出自己独一无二的故事、气质与他自己的生命。
Okay, so I want to be excited, but I'm always a bit apprehensive about these things because they were saying very similar stuff for season 2. The kind of stuff they were saying is like, oh, we are going to integrate, do this, that. It sounds like they're wanting to actually make like the story better, which is nice. I hope they make it more cohesive. But I'll just say it now. The issue I think with most of the story in season 2 was that a lot of it was very episodic. People will say, oh, there weren't agent stories. There were agent stories. In season 1, we pretty much got an event story for every standard agent, and we got one for a lot of the agents in their faction. But in season 2, they tried to condense all of their like character stuff into the main plot, and that can work, that can be fine. But like the way season 1 started out was you were introduced to these characters, and then if you wanted to learn more about them, you would have to, their characters would be revealed in the main plot, and there were some events later on where you could hang out with them more personally. And if you wanted to know more about them, you had to pull for them, right? In season 1, they could leave out a lot of the forming personal connections to the events or the side stories. They did a lot of that. I mean, that's kind of the problem with Astra though. Astra's like getting to know us was in a side event that they never brought back. And so when she randomly shows up, people who join are like, how in the world does this pop idol know us? We've never seen her before. Like, oh, okay, so the problem is we set this up as a limited time event and then we don't ever reference that again. So they could have just made that like semi-permanent if they wanted to. Yeah, so the last agent story was about Lucia. That's 2.3. That's not as far back as people think. The issue with the story of season 2 is that not only are we trying to focus on whatever the main plot is, we are also trying to condense all of the I as the agent that is on the banner love and adore you, and I really hope you pull for me. They do all of that in the main story too, and it's kind of weird. It's because it's awkward when it's like we barely know each other, and already you're telling me how wonderful I am. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to form like a get players to be in. Oh, they love and care for you. Don't you want to pull for them? It's like, yeah, I get it. I get what you're trying to do, but could you do it a bit better, please? Because we have had really good side events with really good stories. We have had that. People will say, oh, we haven't had those. It's like, yes, we have. The Seed's agent story was really good.
Yeah.
And the best part was Seed, like a lot of Seed's characterization was saved for that story. And that was good. Now, this sounds weird. I wish they would pull back on like I'm trying to think of Orphe. I think Orphe, like the scene where Orphe just tells us like, you're wonderful and amazing, and I'm a lame person. It's like, it didn't feel natural. Like, we needed to have more of a connection before she came out and said that. That's like a thing you need to reveal at the second act low point. You know what I mean? Instead, she reveals it at like the end of the first act, and it's like, I don't think you needed to reveal this to us then. And I guess that's more of a pacing thing, because the reveal, like the story itself is fine. I just wish it was paced better. That's it. Yes, I am aware that all agents do that. The difference is when all agents do that. That's the difference. I don't have an issue with the problem is not that agents do it. The problem is when the agents do it. Let's see. Okay, so Billy and Ambi in the prologue, when you as EO show up to be like, hey, we can exit this maze because so you guys don't die. Like, oh my gosh, you're incredible, manager. Thank you for saving our lives. That's fine. Billy and Ambi don't immediately go into, Thank you for saving our lives. Man, our lives are we have really terrible lives. Here's everything about me, my life. Let me tell you everything about my life and my personality. Oh my gosh, I am so inferior to you. I get it. I'm just trying to get you out of the hollow, dude. You don't need to go off on a monologue about how you're lame. Like, you don't need to do that right now. So yeah, the issue is not that they do it. The issue is when they do it, the context of how they do it. Like, I don't have a problem with Orphe telling us that information. That's not the problem. Like, in a writing sense, like, yeah, we want to get to know the character more. That's perfectly fine. The problem is, when are they doing that? What is the context for them revealing it to us? It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like a natural conversation of having, I didn't buy that we had known the character long enough for her to disclose that information. It felt like really forced exposition, and that kind of writing takes people out of the experience. That hurts the overall storytelling. A new coffee stand for Tin Master, okay. An actual coffee shop. I wonder if you can actually walk inside this one. Well, this is connecting outside, so it's looking like you can just walk in through there. Hidden spots? Are they going to bring back the trash can guy? I forgot his name. I don't know if he has an official name. As your Interboo, what? Your Interboo account levels up. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to think of that. I guess that is more casual coded content, which is what I want. All new permanent Bangbu themed game mode. Yes, more casual coded content, please. Will we be able to use our Bangboos that we've pulled in combat situations? That'd be fun. Well, Sunbringer's going to be like the Bangboo character. If they make her, she's going to be a Void Hunter at some point, I'm pretty sure. They're going to make her playable. Pathways and mechanisms. Whole new experience to exploration and combat. Okay. Okay. So it's a way to get us to fight enemies in this magical city in the sky. Cool. Transformation to reach secret areas. Okay, so they're actually dialing into more like EOS gameplay. Good. Combat and gameplay. Plot and scene related content are really exciting. Okay, let's see what they have to say. I'm skeptical. Oh, they're just gonna say it. And like in 2.8, we're gonna have some wind stuff. Like what? Okay, so they're basically just announcing, yeah, so wind is coming, it's gonna be a thing. Cool. We kind of knew, if you looked at the leaks, you knew that for a while. If you looked at the beta, you knew that was gonna happen eventually. Because Sokaku was a wind agent before she was changed to an ice agent. On the latest Rupture specialty on top of player feedback. That's more interesting than anything about wind. I don't care about wind. Attributes in this game don't matter unless they do something interesting. A lot of them don't really do anything interesting. More squad building options, broadening the possibilities in combat. I like hearing that. I am skeptical to see how they execute on that because, like, oh, we have lots of team building options for these bosses that have triple the HP. Early conceptual phase of possible character mechanics. Okay. Steady implementation of enhancing older characters, of course. It's not really a surprise. By the time they release Season 3, they're going to need to buff a character like Jufufu. New attack and defense skills for the new enemies. Cool. Defense skills? Can we make that just defense skills and not HP? Like, I don't think you need to keep increasing HP anymore. I think it's at a good state right now. It doesn't need to go higher. New skills may contain hidden designs that require you to seize the right time and coordinate your responses. I like hearing that. I will wait to see how it actually pans out. So in Season 2, they were talking more about like, hey, we've realized that it's hard for players to see their full squad like actually doing stuff. It feels like for most players you're just playing one agent at a time. How can we get more agents to be actively involved in combat? And their solution to that was aftershocks. So for a stint from like 1.6 to 2.1, they basically just gave, or 2.2, they were giving aftershocks to random characters just so that they would appear on screen to do stuff. And then they realized that this is kind of getting stale. And then they're like, hey, we're gonna do some new stuff, so it feels like you have to use your team. That's cool. That sounds cool. We'll see how it pans out.
在第3季的新战斗玩法中
Combat gameplay. Old rivals you've clashed with before, bringing brand new, never-before-seen skills. Okay. Old enemies with new skills. Interesting. Don't... Oh no, is this gonna make the tower worse?
当完全熟悉的 BOSS 亮出完全陌生的杀手
A new finishing move out of nowhere makes the fight more thrilling and satisfying. Are they talking about Typhon Slugger or Typhon Destroyer, whichever one it is? Typhon Destroyer is the punching bag. If they actually make him not just a punching bag, that would be neat.
该玩法中我们会
Preset agent team comps for you. That sounds neat. I like that. That is casual coded. It gets players to try out the mode. Like, you don't have to have the best team. We'll provide a team for you. We want you to try this mode out and see if you enjoy it. I like that. That gets players hooked. That gets players a chance to see if they like what they see.
不考察养成进度，只检验操作与理解。
Just your pure skills and game knowledge. They are really emphasizing the skill aspect of this. I hope that remains true and not the HP inflation aspect of it, where it's like, you have to use your skill, your knowledge, and your wallet. Solid on the iterative direction for Hollow Zero. More complete, immersive framework for each stage experience. That's good. That sounds good. Fresh gameplay strategies and pure combat thrills. Okay. Refining our approach in the following aspects. Continue to roll interesting gameplay that captures that authentic city life vibe. Okay. Top part of it has been incredibly, yes, this was actually really good. Yes, they get it. Oh my gosh, they get it. We need more casual stuff to do, casual coded stuff to do, like that's in the city and not what was in, not the, I want to talk about temple management, but we'll get to it later. Developing more casual game modes. Yes, they're picking up what I'm putting down. They get it. They're like, hey, we've been focusing so much on the combat aspect of this game that people don't care about it anymore. We need more casual stuff. Gameplay and narrative is one of our key focuses. Okay, I like what I'm hearing. This sounds like, hey, so we realized that when we took away TV mode, our gameplay tanked. Our gameplay narrative tanked drastically because we did not set up our game to be completely absent from TV mode. It worked because season 1 already had like its story written out, and then season 2 was much more episodic. Like each chapter was completely different, completely separate from the rest. Here's a sneak peek in the summer's major event. This summer's major event. How gameplay naturally becomes part of the narrative. Driving emotions and setting the atmosphere. In short, season 3 will see a larger emphasis on combat gameplay. Okay. On one hand, we want to dig deeper into the value our characters may across different combat modes, but be it in difficult challenges or sandbox exploration, we'll do our best to ramp up our characters' role in them. On the other hand, we also see how players are a fan of interesting combinations, such as combining combat with taking pictures, okay? Future events will keep expanding on the experiential aspect while keeping combat as the core foundation. Favorite agents as much as possible to enjoy the game format that better matches their intended place pattern, whatever that last word was. When it comes to casual gameplay, we'll also develop new content so people can see the charm and thrills of new Eridu. Cool. I'll say it here. I had this prepped up here, so I'll go to this now. Here's the dev talk from season 2.
Content direction of season 2 will not just be simply adding more characters and areas. We've been taking feedback from our practice very seriously and incorporated this feedback into our design philosophy, making an adjustment from the ground up. I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program. The most noticeable change is in the map design. We've completely revamped the entire map experience and integrate the residential areas with combat zones at the system level, providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience for practice.
They have since gotten rid of all of this. Season 2 came out. They're big, like, how do we get players to like do, now that TV mode's gone, what's our substitute for that? Well, we'll do like some hollow exploration stuff in the Lemnium Hollow, because it's a stable hollow. And then that was tied into temple management. So it's like, hey, you have this like thing where you theoretically, it's you go out, you do some of this casual stuff, And it's like, hey, you got to go into the hollow to find these materials so you can make more stuff. It's like, oh, okay. I can understand that. It wasn't well executed though. That's the thing. I liked some aspects of temple management. I wish it was implemented more. Like, I wish they did more with it. The hollow experience was explore the hollow and then never do it again, because you go around the map one time and then you never go back. Launch season 2, hollow stuff was really not good. Like, it was just not good enough. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Once you find all the stuff, like, there's very little reason to ever go back, unless for some reason you really need to farm like the lowest rarity of like Denny's and farmable materials that, like, oh, you could theoretically infinitely farm. It's like, yes, you can. It's also not engaging whatsoever. It is incredibly boring. You could literally do anything else with your time. It's crazy. All that, I just wanted to pull that up real quick to be like, oh, we're integrating the combat and the gameplay into a more cohesive package. It's like, yeah, I've already heard this conversation before. You guys abandoned it. You realize, wow, so this was not executed well and we abandoned it. I'm glad that they stopped trying to like force that to be the main content focus. And granted, in 2.5, the new hollow they released, I actually really enjoyed that. That one had a lot more puzzles to it. It was a lot trickier to navigate. I really enjoyed 2.5's hollow that they made. I liked that. I was like, ooh, this is a bit tricky now. I liked it. Anyway, this is all marketing stuff, so they're trying to spin it in a positive way. I get it. That's their job. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell us on this. I am hesitant to be like, ooh, I'm super excited. I am hesitant to say that. That's not to say I'm not. Like, a part of me wants to be excited. I want to believe that this will all be incredible and great. The other part of me knows. So, like, what's the caveat? In season 2, people are excited for season 2. And then when it came out, people were not excited for season 2. Like, this is it? This is what we got excited for? It's kind of a letdown. Long-term goal, polishing systems and early game experience. Okay, I like that. We get new players in. The first change is coming in the upcoming the Polychrome guide. A resource tracker. Okay. Come to the pacing story. There's going to be a super improved important optimization. Oh my gosh. It's like the one thing that is terrible about gacha games is that they're not allowed to pace their stories properly. They're being like, hey, so we heard that the pacing for our stories was awful. We are going to fix that. Fleshing out and developing every character. We'll be structuring the version narrative focus as such. Opening of the season, version 3. Provide pockets of breathing room to unburden themselves and explore the city. In the company of some of these characters, and then version 3.1 will kick off its narrative, will do some more story stuff. That's a continuation. So season 2.8 is going to reveal some stuff about this place. Season 3 is going to let us go to this place, and then 3.1 is going to be like the conclusion to that arc. Good. That's what we need.
那最后呢，感谢各位神将一直以来的陪伴与支持，我们下次见。
This has been one of the big issues. You've heard me say this before. Season 2, everything felt very episodic. Everything was very closed off. Chapter 1 is completely different from Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is completely different from Chapter 3. Like, there is technically an overarching narrative, but it is not tied together. Like, you could literally skip the entirety of Chapter 2, and you would not really miss out on anything. You used to be like, okay, there's some porcellinic stuff that these people create. They craft a medicine that, like, you are not letting the story have time to breathe. You're not allowing the story to develop. And that's why, like, Yishun wasn't allowed to have a personality, because she wasn't allowed to do anything that, like, let us see her personality. She had to be like, I'm the leader and I'm supposed to be serious and in charge. There were times where we saw it, but it was never like the main focus. There wasn't a time where we could just see Yishun unwind and actually be her relaxed self. We never really got to see that. And later on, they started finally showing that to us, and that was good. In season 1, we did have more like continuity. It's like the prologue and the chapter 1 were a continuation of like the same kind of stuff. It's like, hey, we're proxies, we're in the world, we're experiencing what the world is like. So there was some like connection between prologue, chapter 1 and chapter 2. It was with different factions, but it was all a place you could explore. You were meeting the groups of these factions. You were getting to know them a little bit. And then if you want to learn more, you would go into their agent stories. So like the plots were overall connected. We're trying to find the traces of some magical ether stuff. We're trying to use this AI for good or something. I forgot exactly what it was. But yeah, those stories felt like here is the world building that we are going to do. We are doing a lot of world building and we're trying to slowly introduce these characters. And when you want to get them more, you'll do some agent stories. Cool. Season 2 was like, here's all the world building. We're throwing all the world building at your face right now. Next chapter, here's an entire brand new stuff of world building. We're gonna throw it all at you right now. Next chapter didn't have a lot of world building. It was like Oboe Squad stuff, so it was fine. 2.3, here's a whole bunch of world building. Here's a magical hollow place that makes dreams come true or something. Monoto but evil. Yidhari's asleep. You never met this character before. Like the Tour de Inferno made sense because it was like, it was a self-contained story, but it was unique in that it was a self-contained story. A lot of season 2 is just self-contained stories. And that's why it feels so weird. There's nothing wrong with a self-contained story. The issue is when every story feels self-contained, it's like, what is the point? From a narrative perspective, the most important part from 2.3 was that like, hey, Ye Shengguang's brother, what's his name again? Is it Shuyan? Ye Shuyan? I forgot off the top of my head. That Ye Shuyan joined Sarah. It's like, okay, so the thing that we knew was happening continued to happen. Okay, cool. It just felt really awkward. Like, here's a ton of world building for a place that we just made up for this patch. Here's a bunch of lore, background, and character development for these characters that you've never seen before. Lucia and Yidhari did not exist until 2.3 came out. They didn't exist. Like, oh, Lucia appeared in the bottle event. She did. And then the next time you saw her, she was completely different. They changed her design. Not completely different, but like those characters did not exist. We did not have time to see them, to become familiar with them. So there wasn't like, oh, I'm super interested in you. When they first appear, we're like, okay, who are you? I've never seen you before. Even the Sons of Caledon got like little teasers and stuff. Lighter and Lucy and Piper were hanging around the city. We knew these characters existed and we were interested. Like, hey, who are these guys? When will we get to see them? Same with Section 6. We knew Miyabi and the Section 6 crew. We knew about them. And it culminates in 2.5, like, in 2.5, they are trying to do 2 agent stories at the same time. They are also trying to resolve the Season 2 arc. At the same time, they're also trying to lore drop Season 3 stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's so painful. It hurts. Because like, oh man, there is a good story here. There is something here that is good. It just piled up. It's a slog. Like if 2.5 had less, it would be better. That sounds insane, but like if 2.5 was if you told the writers in 2.5, hey, cut 40 minutes of dialogue, the story would be better. The pacing would be better. They'd be forced to actually do an agent story. Be like, oh, we can't put all this stuff here. Well, we'll do an agent story. There is something to Ye Shengguang's story that is actually really good. And I'm going to make a video talking about that in like a season 2 character writing review. Where like Ye Shengguang's story is actually really good in theory. It was not executed very well. Ye Shengguang keeps telling us that how much she loves and adores us because she has turbo dementia, turbo amnesia, whatever it is. So she keeps forgetting that she tells us, and she really wants us to remember, and she's also saying it because she can't remember herself saying it. That would be cool if that was actually like discussed in the story. One of the characters said, hey, didn't you already tell this to me? Why are you saying this again? If that was part of the plot, that would like give some excuse, but it's just not there. So you have to create the excuse for the writers. Well, the osmanthus cakes is actually a cool plot point. It's like, this character, why does she make the food overly sweet? Because she can't taste it. She can't taste how sweet it is. That's why she's terrible at cooking. It's like, oh, this is way too sweet. That's the only way she can taste it because she's losing her senses. That's theoretically interesting, but they didn't really lean into that. Yes, it's fine. Like, the osmanthus cake thing is not the problem. The repetition of it is annoying. It's like, okay, we get it. I would be fine if Ye Shengguang's repeating stuff because she's forgetting about it. I love that theory. I love that concept, but that's not what the story did. So I can't give the writers credit for something they didn't do. My name's Yojimbo Blade, and I hope you'll have a blessed day. See you soon. It's like any one of these frames could be like a screenshot for a video. That's another good. It's like, this might just me be sitting here being like, wow, there's a lot of time and effort they put into this that they didn't have to do. Like, Sissy is not going to sell well. She's not going to sell well because she is an incredibly niche character tied to another character that is also old. So if she was a support for Ye Xiongguang, she would have better sales. So I just think it's fascinating that they are putting all this effort into this, what I can best describe as a joke character in a good sense. Like, as joke as in like she is incredibly goofy. Her story is really good because I think they actually made her story really good. Oh, that's also good. I never got a chance to slow down this reaction. It's